Yo, yo, yo. It's 𝗂𝘂𝗫𝗏𝗵𝗵𝗴. How you feeling? In today's video, we will be talking about how to stop overthinking. I want to break down a different definition of overthinking that y'all have never heard. So first, we always have been brought the concept of overthinking as you thinking the worst outcome from situations. So if I give you a situation about going into the kitchen late at night and you're afraid of the dark, as an overthinker, this is what we get shown, right? We get shown that if you are an overthinker and you are afraid of the dark and you go into the kitchen for a late night snack, there's a monster in your oven, there's roaches that you may step on, there's something that's hiding behind the refrigerator. You know, you might stub your toe late night. You know, we have all of these preconceived notions of what it is to overthink. But let me tell you this. Overthinking has changed my life. Overthinking has changed my life in ways that I couldn't even imagine. What if you started to overthink when it came to your goals, your passions, and what you valued in this life? It'll be totally different, right? So once we start overthinking in constructive ways that are better for us, that's the game changer. So when it comes to somebody wanting to invest in cars or make more money or draw more paintings or produce more songs, make more beats, we overthink ways into doing that. So we already prioritize steps in our day before we get to painting, before we get to making beats, before we get to connecting with people on Instagram who are also invested into cars. You see? We make all these you see what I mean? So there's a different level of overthinking that comes with dissecting your brain in a constructive way, but we get taught the destructive way. So let's break down the destructive overthinking way on how to stop doing that, right? Because I love free thinking people. Have you ever met somebody who's free thinking? They're so creative. They're so thoughtful. They're so sincere, intentional. Like, they're dope people to be around, right? Their energy is always high, whether you see them at 10 p.m. or you see them at 10 a.m. at the gym, at school, whatever. Their energy is always high. So how to stop overthinking destructively, this is what you do. You ask yourself, because you have to talk to yourself. You have to ask yourself, okay, is what I'm thinking about better for me or setting me more back? Is what I'm thinking about better for me or is it putting me in a weaker position? Now, if you want to become a weaker man, by all means, keep overthinking destructively. I'm not going to tell you what not to do. If it works for you, so be it. Everybody has a different purpose in his life. But those of y'all who want to think constructively and make more and make better for themselves as young men growing into men, grown men in this world, bro, this day and age, with us, we cannot tolerate weak people around us. We can't tolerate weak men. We can't tolerate that because we're strong. We're giving strong ideas to weak minds. Our goals will never get scored. Our goals will never get fulfilled because look who we're telling them to. So you have to ask yourself this question. Is it better for me or is it making me weak? 2, ask yourself, am I the one that's self-sabotaging my desires and my goals? Or is it somebody else or something else? You know the answer. We all know the answer. Every single time we get asked these questions, we know the answers to them. Every single time. So, once you got that out the way, then you start to snap out of it and your senses start to become more common sense. So now it's like, all right, wow, Am I like those people? Is my mindset like those people? Am I one of them? If the answer is yes, then keep thinking those thoughts. But if the answer is no, you got to go over there. If everybody is partying right here and they get sick, they get diseases, pneumonia, the flu, it would be smart of you, it would be wise of you to go that way and not become sick, have pneumonia, get the flu. You see what I mean? Fool me not, okay? Fool me not. I'm going to learn from other people's mistakes. Because guess what? A fool can always stay a fool. Because a fool is a fool. So a fool can't play somebody who is smart, somebody who is wise. But somebody who is wise and smart can always play a fool. And that's the game. Which one are you? Where do you lie? You feel me? And every single time that we dissect these things within ourselves, we grow stronger. We grow stronger because you snap out of the delusion that you were living in. It's almost like you build a new house for yourself every time you snap out of the common delusion, right? So, how to overthink constructively. Mental goal setting is important. You know, I'm going to tell you a quick story. When I was in high school, I used to be around my acquaintances who always held me to a very high standard. When I was in high school, I know it's kind of crazy, but they used to call me Black Jesus. Yo, Black Jesus, what's up, man? What's good with you, bro? Good morning, man. What's up? Right? They used to call me Black Jesus, really, because of how I used to affect people, make people's day, entertain them, you know, speak words of encouragement to them. They used to really love that, but they didn't know how to act on it at times, right? So I used to be around all these people, you know, spread my energy wide to a lot of people. And I found myself grasping traits that I didn't like from them. So I had to ask myself, is this who I am? Or is this me grabbing traits from them that I don't know? It's almost like I don't know that I'm tapping my leg right now. I don't know that I'm shaking my leg when I get nervous. You don't know that you're biting your fingers once you get nervous, or you're sucking your thumb once you feel uncomfortable in situations. You know, people got different things, people got different ticks, right? So I really studied that about myself. Like, I'm picking up things from these people that I don't even like, which also in turn is not even me. It's not even who I am, my essence, my truth. So let me dial back from hanging around them, because I don't want to make the same mistake as them. Because if you were to look at my life right now and their life right now at 22, 23, 4 or 5 years out of high school already, it's night and day. Look at my face, look at my skin, look at what I'm doing, how I'm moving in life. And I'm not saying I'm better, by no means. I'm not saying I'm better, I'm just before. It's night and day. And I take pride in that. So, mental goal setting is important. Humans compare by default. That's what humans do. Oh, you look like Kevin Hart, or you look like Michael Vick, you look like Michael Blackson, you play like Chris Paul, you play like D-Book, you play like Bradley Beal, Kyrie Irving, you got hands like Kyrie Irving, you shoot like, they're going to give you comparisons so they can make their brain conceptualize what they are up against. You see what I mean? So mental goal setting is important. And 2, how to start overthinking more constructively. This is so very important. You will hear a lot of people talk about building systems on the internet, but they don't know what it takes to really build a system. They're going to tell you that because they read it in books, but I'm going to break it down to y'all like this. how to think more constructively and overthink more constructively. You got to do this thing. You have to have a rule and you have to punish yourself. There's just no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You have to have a rule and you have to punish yourself if you don't achieve and accompany that rule. It's a must. Why? Because there are so many people that say they're going to start this thing on Monday and they're going to do it for 2 months. They're going to start this thing 2024 and they're going to do it for 6 months. But what happens? It wasn't strong enough. So their system, their rule, their guideline is weak. They friends asked them, bruh, there's a party. All the bad bitches gonna be there. Nigga, I'm telling you niggas, it's gonna be lit. It's probably gonna be the best party of 2024 already. Valentine's Day, you know, Mardi Gras coming up, spring break and shit, man. This is the perfect party. It's, oh, bro, they said it's gonna be like 3,000 people there, bro. You gotta. But you haven't done your guideline. You haven't even started on it today. Or it slipped your mind. If it slipped your mind, you don't want it that bad. You don't want it. You don't want it. Just throw it in the trash. Leave it to the birds. They'll eat it. Because you don't want it. But watch this. If you say to yourself, I have a rule, I have a guideline, and I am not moving until it is accomplished. A wise man once told me, do what you need to do so you can do what you want to do. Do what you got to do so you can do what you want to do. That's the name of the game. And that's when you actually have fun, because while you're having fun, you have no stresses. You have no worries about what you have to do after when you get home. You can genuinely have a great time. You can genuinely have fun, you see? And you could also say this, right? The 1 to 60 rule, the 160, right? Call it the 160. Put that in the comments, 160. 160 is one goal, one guideline, one rule, 60 minutes, no distractions, straight focus. 160 rule. So 1 goal, rule, guideline, 60 seconds, and then the 0 is for the 0 distractions. Or you can eliminate your distractions to 0. Yeah, that's the name of the game. Every single time you check yourself, 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 because you are your daily planner. Nobody else has the code to unlocking your daily planner, your journal. You know the code. So who has to check? The checks and balances. There's checks and balances of the universe. Y'all know that, right? You got to check it. You got to check yourself. So, I know y'all got some value from this video. How to stop overthinking destructively and how to start overthinking constructively. I love y'all. Stay focused. Just be simple. Think, see, and feel. You feel me? And I catch y'all next one, man. It's JB, and I'm out.